Hello.
Can they hear your kids?
Oh yeah, like all the time. they're the other the other stars, my children in the other room.
I mean,
always.
I feel like second tier to them.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Good day.
Sorry.
Okay, so you're gonna play.
So you're just gonna.
So you're gonna play some dwarves, and I'm gonna play Galactus.
Cool.
So,
but it's not how big it is; it's how you use it.
In this game, it's about how big it is.
Is it really?
Well, it depends. Sometimes.
So let's just.
So hi.
Hello. Who's in the chat? Who's actually up this early? So we have Broken Bone Works. Is it Terrence Pryor is blue. I can't quite see.
I know. Sorry,
Rabid. No, we're fine. Rabid
That's
Wombat. Arad Snick, who I can never say their name.
I always say Aridinsk.
That's
but
right.
I don't know if that's exactly right.
You could correct us right now, but I think Aridinsk was the closest anyone.
Yeah.
My reading to audible comprehension is not the fastest on the uptake.
Okay.
I just go like blah, blah, blah.
That works too.
So yeah, so what I was trying to say is I've never played HeroClix.
Cool.
I have no idea what we're about to do.
Cool. Have you ever seen HeroClix?
I've seen them because of you.
Okay. Fair.
And I know that there were a couple at like Hyper.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just not seeing them.
Sure.
And I've seen them like in display cases at comic book stores and stuff like that.
Yes. Okay. Well, this is HeroClix.
Okay. Well, then I learned it.
Right. Done. All done. So the fun of HeroClix is that you have the figure stands on the dial,
right?
The combat dial, and it turns as you take damage or heal.
I see.
So it's like your hit points and your abilities and all in one.
So no one's writing anything down.
Right.
Awesome.
Correct. It used to be when the game first started that everything that you needed was on the dial.
I see.
So you didn't need any other materials. Now you need cards to go along with the figures because there are extra things that they can do, and you need some form of reference
and something to buy. Basically, like HeroClix is like, we'll just give you more
stuff,
merchandise.
Yeah.
And is
Pretty
this
much
a typical layout, or is this something you had? So he has like a game board.
Yeah. So this is a HeroClix map. You do need a specific HeroClix map to play.
Okay.
They come in starter sets. They come in mostly starter sets these days. There are prize kits that stores can get that have maps, but yeah, generally you get them in starters.
Aridin.
Oh I totally can't see that.
That is good. There. You can just say Aridin, which is easier.
Okay.
But if it is Aridinsk, we want to say it. It's important to us.
That's fine.
And Uzi is just a bright ball of sunshine for us, telling us to throw allergic things in my face. Good morning to you too.
I think I can bring this a little bit
Davey
closer.
2019 OP kits.
OP kits, yes. When I assume those will be available again one day.
So what is? Oh, I always forget what OP means. I know what it means, but
or organized play. It's a weird.
But when you say something's like amazing,
oh, that's overpowered. Yeah,
overpowered.
Well, and there's also original post. If you're talking about who the OP
Reddit,
was,
yeah. Hey OP.
Yeah, so there are lots of OPs in our world. The
second forum I ever actively contributed to was a narcissistic and codependent or borderline personality and codependency. And so you talked about like your SO, your significant other.
Sure.
So you had a bunch of like my SO, BPD, undiagnosed, X, you know, too much.
Yes, there are lots of fun things out there like that. So HeroClix it started off with Marvel and DC,
of course,
and then it has expanded into tons and tons of other licenses.
Sure.
Especially over the last few years. WWE, HeroClix, they've done some cool video games, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just you name it. Well, not everything has been in it. There are things that people are desperately hoping they will add one day.
Which is awesome because they probably have the rights and they're just like peppering
just
it out.
Holding on to it. Yeah. And then, of course, Star Trek. So we have some Star Trek figures out here. But yeah, so why don't we look at how it works? You ready to see how it works? Okay, grab a figure, any figure. It doesn't matter. We're going to take a look. Okay. The one I picked up. So if you look at a HeroClix figure, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff going on the base. Lord of the Rings. Yes.
Oh yeah, so we should tell them too, because just so you know how cool and geeky I am, I chose to do Star Trek, original series, and Lord of the Rings. This was my choice.
Yes.
Go on.
Okay. So you'll see there's a whole bunch of things going on. So on the top of the base, you have the name, obviously, and the name is important because sometimes special abilities key off of specific names on other figures. So if you had something like the Hulk versus Bruce Banner, different things might be able to happen with that figure. Depending. So the name, like I said, the name is important. Then you'll see there's a little tiny number that's the point value. So the game is built on points. So a standard game is 300 points. So
he's 50. He's 50. Straight up 50. Why does he have...
So you can play this one at 2 different point values. You can play him at a more powerful 60 points or a less powerful 40
Depending on what army you want to collect.
Yeah. And so, like, you said that Kirk is 50. There's another Kirk.
So Kirk, no matter what, this guy is 50.
Exactly.
Ooh. Okay. I shouldn't be allowed around.
There's another Kirk that's 100 points. So it just depends on the version.
What's the difference in that Kirk?
Different abilities, different ways of doing things.
Season? Is he bad Kirk? Is he Bizarro Kirk?
No, that's a good question, though.
Why does he have a sword?
Because sometimes Kirk has a sword.
Does he?
Did you see this Kirk? Oh, yeah.
Why didn't you hand me him? This is how I learn.
Because that one's not super complicated, but a little bit more complicated.
How? Okay,
we'll get to all that.
God damn.
So again, you build your team with the points, and there's everything from, here we have tribbles that are 5 points.
Which I can't believe.
5 points for a stack of tribbles.
Great.
And then you have some characters that are 300 points or more. You have characters that you can't even play in a standard game. You have to play a larger, crazy game. So like there's a Superman who's 300 points.
Well,
yeah,
he
so it
would
just depends on, cool. And then there are all sorts of symbols for the set. If there's a symbol that's directly behind a figure, so like Captain Kirk has the
Federation.
That's a team ability.
Oh.
So it just gives them a bonus, and you got to look up what all the team abilities do. Okay, and then you have the icons around the dial itself. Ready?
Running.
Okay. Yes. So that's speed. So movement.
Strength.
And there are and there are different versions of that symbol that you'll see. So he has a foot, which means when he moves across the map, he's walking. And so terrain affects him in different ways. If you look at something like the eagle here, it has a wing, so he flies.
Ooh.
So he can ignore terrain and characters to some extent.
I forget what the birds are called. Are they eagles?
Oh, well, here they just call it Great Eagle, but they do have a name.
They do, right? It's okay, not important.
Tolkien nerds, what are the eagles called? Well, I know there's the lead eagle it starts with a GW, I think. Guathir?
No.
I don't know. I'm sure somebody will be able to tell us.
Okay, great.
Okay. Yes, so that...
He's a walker, he's a flyer.
Yeah, and then there's a dolphin symbol if you're a swimmer. Yeah, because some rare maps have water terrain in any significant quantity. This one does not.
But also, like, Green Lantern or something like that. Like, if you play Green Lantern, he's a swimmer. Is Green Lantern a swimmer?
No. Aquaman
and Green Lantern are the same person.
Namor. Oh, okay.
Because of the cartoons. And because who has the ring?
Green Lantern.
I've seen an episode where he's swimming.
That whole wall over there.
I know.
Okay.
But I've seen an episode where he was swimming.
Okay,
that's so I always thought he was a swimmer.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
I mean, he can.
I'm sorry.
He can make a submarine with his ring.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so the number next to the movement is your speed, and so that'll be
with this green line is the starting place.
Yes, exactly. So that's the number of squares you can move across in a move action. Okay.
I can move 8 squares.
Yes, okay. And when you move, obviously you want to stay in the squares, and movement is vertical, horizontal, or diagonal.
Okay, great.
It all costs 1 square of movement.
Great.
And then we'll talk about
akin
what
to
the
Clue.
map does. Yes.
You can move diagonally in Clue.
Yes. I think I remember that. Okay, then yes, fist is attack. And it's usually a fist. There are some other symbols that could appear there. I don't think anything here does. They phased that out of the game Actually, oh no, he's got. So there's a sharpshooter ability, and that just means he can shoot at enemies who are right up next to him, and he can shoot through other things. So some special abilities with that. They used to do duo figures, and then there were like crossed hands on there, but like I said, they've phased. They get rid of rules, they add rules,
which just to suck for people with old figurines.
Well,
or is it like
it depends. So they have specific versions of this game that are, it's like Magic. If you play Magic, there's the modern version of the game where you can only play figures that have come out in the last couple of years. And then there's like the golden age where you can play anything.
Cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
2006 called once Jessica back.
Okay, so that's attack. Now the shield on the bottom is defense.
Great.
So to make an attack, you take your attack number, you add a 2d6 roll, and you compare it to the defense of whoever you're attacking.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I'm attacking you, I'm 11.
You're an 11 against my 18. So you only need to roll 7 or better.
So I got it. Because 11 for sure is going to hit no matter what. Technically. Like 11 goes towards my roll.
Right. Yes. So so you have to roll the difference.
What is this? A 6 or a 1?
A 6.
Ooh! So I kicked you.
So yeah. So that would work.
Great.
And then if you hit the little number that's off to the side next to the little starburst, that's your damage.
And that's how many times you click
the dial. Exactly.
Oh, he's a weakling boy.
But he has a really long dial.
Oh, does he?
Especially for the points, yeah. So this game also, it has gone... the game has changed over the years. It swings one way, swings another way. For a while, it was all about like having a really powerful figure and then some little support figures. Now it's much more common that you'll have a bigger team of lower point figures, but that have utility but short dials. So it's a balance. It's just, there are lots of different ways of playing and building your team. Like I said, you can build a tent pole team. So you have either only one figure or one main figure like with support.
I see.
Like a Superman and some other things. Or again, you can build an entire team. Like they made a whole set of the main crew members. They're all 50 points. So you can play 6 of them, get the entire team out there. But again, they all have pretty short dials. They're only
and you just will feel so upset
clicks.
If Kirk dies.
Well, hopefully you try to keep them alive. But yeah. And then they have all sorts of interesting things, like for really iconic characters who can do a lot of things in the comic books or the movies, they've made what are called shifting focus figures. So you get multiple figures of the same character that you can swap out during play. So they did that with Superman. So for example, you have a Superman who is super strong and defends people who are around him. And then you can swap that out with the really fast Superman, or the really strong Superman, or the ranged attack Superman. So. But
do you have to click him? Do you have to do each have to be evenly clicked?
Yes. So if you're on, and that part of the rule. So if you have one that's out there that's on click 2 and you're switching them out, it has to be on click 2.
Got it.
Yes.
Bill DeRuss and Mr. John have joined us. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
And Rob Vegas, I think, is making a euphemism about fisting.
Oh, cool.
Which is good because he's my online husband.
Okay.
So at least he knows my kinks. I'm sorry, we're around children. I have to count.
Yeah. Yes, there are lots of Bizarro figures. Lots of really fun Bizarro figures. Too.
Not just Superman Bizarro.
No. So yeah, we have a bunch of regular Bizarros. There's Bizarro Girl, Supergirl Bizarro, and she has a great power. Her breath weapon is she breathes rocks. Because all the things are so dumb. Yeah, actually it is. So yeah, she breathes rocks. What else? Okay, so if you look on just to the other side of and there are different symbols as well for defense.
Okay.
So a regular shield is one thing. A shield with a slash across it is an indomitable figure. And we'll get to what that means in just a moment.
Which is, what is it? Isn't that the show, what it was called? Indomitable? Okay,
yeah,
great.
We took the name directly from the game. If you look over here, right above the starburst symbol, and that also changes if you are different sizes. So for instance, we have the Goblin King. He's big and super gross.
I have a question. If we weren't each other's pod people.
Thank you so much, Hawk R&B, for subscribing.
Nice. Hi, Hawk R&B. If we weren't each other's over my face,
that's just where it appears.
You didn't change it?
I didn't even think about it.
If we weren't each other's pod people, would
Yes.
you prefer to teach someone else this? I don't care.
No.
I'm kidding. It's funny,
Why
hilarious.
prefer to
Like you'd be like, oh god, Jessica's such a pain in the ass to teach these things.
No.
Okay, great.
No. And I've taught for Warhammer, I've taught a couple dozen people how to play Warhammer, but HeroClix, I've literally taught hundreds of people how to play
Amazing.
HeroClix.
Oh, okay, great. So it's not. This isn't special.
No. I've taught little kids. I've taught old people. People who can't pay attention at all.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's all good.
I can't help but the camera's on. Okay.
So see his symbol? Instead of a starburst for damage, there's a little person and a big person.
Oh, sure.
So he's a giant. And giants have their own set of rules.
Okay.
And then if you look at tribbles, they have a little atom sign.
Oh.
That means they're tiny, which again, another set of rules. Basically, they're harder to shoot.
Aha.
Some figures have different shaped bases. They take up more space on the battlefield. The Hortas sort of slurping along. Then there are colossal figures. Well, so he's got a fist smashing down, so he's a colossal figure.
So remind me again, what does the starburst actually just mean?
Starburst just means you're a standard size figure, but that's next to the damage.
Got it. But so that's this. I see next to the damage.
Yeah.
And he's colossal.
He's colossal.
And so anyone that's colossal has a fist, not just Bruce Banner.
Right. And again, it's not so much the size of the figure, it's what the symbol is that tells you what it does.
Understood. Yeah. But there just so happens that this happens to be.
So like if you look down on the bottom shelf right there, all of those are Jaegers. Those are the giant robots from Pacific Rim. They're giant robots. So
I got it.
While they're only about the size of this figure, they have the colossal symbol. So in play, they have the colossal rules, even though they're only about
they're not even
this
that
tall.
as big as that.
Yeah, they're a little shorter.
Okay,
he has a big base.
I'm with you.
So again, it's the symbols, it's the game mechanics over the actual size of the model.
Got it.
You're not measuring.
It's not got a huge dial too. Yes. Right.
Yes. Okay. It's not like Warhammer where you have to measure things like if you can see it. Yeah. So that's why it doesn't matter what the actual height is. So you have colossals. For a while, they made vehicles. Vehicle rules are a nightmare, so they don't really make them very much. And they've also simplified them. Yeah, exactly.
This is fun. Ooh, yeah. Also, like, hello.
Yeah, it's
like turn the rudder.
It was a lot.
It's a lot.
And then it had two different dials, whether there was somebody piloting it or not.
I don't want to know.
Speaking of insanely complicated rules, team bases. An entire team you could play all at once. So there's the Justice League.
It's so cool.
They look great.
I'm sorry, take that back. The Justice League.
The Justice League, yes. I'm sorry. But yes, just insanely complicated.
This is cool.
They could come off and play separately. Don't pull them off though.
Okay.
When they were on, each one of them added a different ability to the base. So you had to keep track of all of these different things. When they came off, they had to come off on certain clicks.
It's super awesome, beautiful though.
They look great. They did a number of teams, X-Men teams, Avengers teams. Yeah, I don't know if they can. There's you can see that.
Pretty
planets. They're on their watchtower.
I just love that see-through too. It's cool. How many licenses do they have?
Oh my goodness. I sent you the list. Do you have the list?
That's the stuff you had.
Yeah, well, but that's everything.
Oh, okay.
They've done random one-off movies like Lone Ranger, Kick-Ass 2, things like that.
Oh.
To
promote things.
Yeah. All the way to they did a series of Iron Maiden HeroClix that are Eddie from the covers that they just assigned powers and abilities to. It's a lot.
That's a good day to roll.
It's really good. Okay. Oh, and then the last thing, if you look above the damage symbol, there's a little tiny number and a certain number of lightning bolts. So that's your range.
Nice.
So Uhura here can shoot 6 squares at one target.
Got it.
So you see, like standard.
Dwalling can't do 0.
Right. So that means no range. They have to be
right here.
Yes. So it's to get up close and punch or kick or
poor
bite
little
or whatever
idiots.
It is. And then occasionally you will see characters with more than one lightning bolt. I'm sure there's a Legolas over here that has it.
Yep, 2.
Yeah, so that means that when he makes a shooting attack, he can shoot at 2 different targets in the same attack.
What a psycho! He's like holding.
Yeah.
He split his arrow in twain.
Yes. It's so far away, I can't even really.
There's
see
BioShock, generic horror, Star Trek, Marvel, DC movies. Is there a Snyder cut version of them just being a bunch of internet weirdos being jerks? Yeah, we actually. Yeah. He told me we couldn't play that one. Do they have religious figurines? That's interesting. Holy shit! There's a complete untapped market
for
like the vegetables,
like Battle Pope.
Like Jesus, he comes in and saves everything. I mean, if for anyone that's just seen the second most recent episode of
yeah, that's right,
Rick and Morty.
Really not
funny.
Specifically religious figures. Although it's interesting. Somebody just did a thread. There's a HeroClix fan site. It's a forum. It's called HC Realms. I don't know if Arsenal Roy 2K is in the chat, but he's one of their main contributors. And that's the number one place online to go and be involved in a HeroClix community. They have a fantastic units section where they have every single figure ever made, all of their information. You can keep track of which ones you have, which ones you want.
Nice.
You can trade through the site.
That's like a good wiki.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Does Warhammer have a good site like that?
No.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so I highly recommend if you're interested in HeroClix, go to HC Realms. Just tool around there. You'll be able to find all of the information. Cool. You want to play something?
Sure.
Okay, pick a figure, any figure. We're just gonna try it out, so it doesn't matter which. It doesn't really matter which one it is.
Kirk.
Okay. I want something about equivalent.
Oh, no, it's Klingons.
I'll be a Klingon lieutenant, so I'll be a generic Klingon.
Oh, you're gonna die.
All right, we both have 6. Okay, so get him onto his starting click. So you'll, like you said, it's the green line. Or if you have really good eyesight, above the damage number, there's a teeny tiny red number that indicates what click number you're on.
And you want to get on that?
On number 1, yeah.
You mean you want to get on the red thing?
No, just to be able to see it. See the little.
I see.
It's a little tiny number 1. It's very small.
I see it.
Okay. I sometimes have trouble seeing.
This is a very gatekeeping game for people who can't see.
Yes. We're about to get into even more of that. Because if you're colorblind, you pretty much can't play HeroClix.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So if you look on the dial, inside, you'll see the numbers, the stats for your different abilities, and you'll see colored squares. And those colored squares tell you what powers you have. So then you need one of these. This is the HeroClix Powers and Abilities card. Dun, dun, dun.
It's so cool and laminated.
It's so pretty. Yeah, so each stat has different powers that are based on the color.
Got it.
And then if there is a uncolored square, that means you have a special power and you need the card to tell you what it is.
Okay. Where's my card then?
I will get it. So here's my box.
Oh my god, it's
cards.
Too much.
My box of other, not Marvel or DC.
It's too much.
It's a lot, but it's fun.
No, I got it.
Those are other things. All right, so we're in Star Trek 1. All right.
My mind is blown.
So number 8 and number 1.
The Nerdy Duck is here.
Hey, Nerdy Duck.
Hi, Nerdy Duck. Warhammer site. He said the Warhammer site is the Grimdark Dawn room in Hyper RPG Discord.
Ooh, that's true. Oh, bless you. Bless you.
Thank you. This is my morning routine, is get a couple sneezes in. Oh gosh.
101. All right, there you go. Now you have your card. I have my card.
Oh, so I actually don't need that then if I have this.
No, you still do.
Oh.
This just tells you which powers it has, but it doesn't tell you what they do.
No.
And it has all sorts of fun flavor text. So, like, for his charge ability, it's Kirk here. Sure.
And do you say that?
No, you. I mean, you can, but you do not have to. All right. So typically on a map, Now the map is slightly folded in because we don't have a ton of room. All right. Oh, let's look at the map. The map is very important to learn what everything is on the map. So squares that have just a thin black border are regular open squares. You can move through them.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. There are objects in the game. You can put an object in any of those squares.
This is World Wrestling. I'm sorry.
This is a WWE map.
It just took me a second.
It was
exciting.
It was handy.
It's so exciting.
Okay. Light green bordered squares are hindering terrain.
Nice.
So hindering terrain means a couple of different things. If you are a walker, when you move into hindering, you stop. Because it's something that's in the way. So you stop. When you come out of hindering terrain, you're at half speed. Because you have to sort of climb out. Which
means, like, if it's Kirk, I can only go 4 places?
Right.
Got it.
Yeah, depending on what your speed stat is at the time. Now, when you're in hindering terrain, you have a +1 against people shooting at you. Because you're hiding behind whatever that thing is. So there are reasons why you do want to be in.
Actually do
or
that.
If you want to have it between you.
Got it.
There's an ability.
Oh, and it would count as that. So
yes, because there is still hindering terrain in the way. Now, a lot of figures have a power called stealth. Very popular with Batman. And that says that if you're in hindering or behind it, you cannot be shot at. So
I wish I played Batman now.
Well, you didn't choose Batman.
Can he be the captain of Star Trek?
Of course. Every one of these licenses, they're all they all work together. Yes.
I would love to role play that too. Like, I'm Batman.
And you can play Bilbo against Superman, against the Enterprise, against Kick-Ass,
and there's no real rhyme or reason. Like, something like Bilbo could win in a world, right?
Sure.
I have to get a tissue.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Either way. Yes, and we will talk about the most important tactical thing in HeroClix is push-in. Yes. Do they have Eddie Guerrero? Yes, they do. There's an Eddie Guerrero figure in the first wave of WWE. I had one and I gave it to Janelle, I believe. Hey, everybody. Sorry, just catching up on chat. Grimdark Dawn will be back at some point. Yeah, of course it will.
Of course it will be.
I mean, okay, I don't know that 100%, but I hope so.
Of course it will. I can't imagine. It was very successful. My first HeroClix set was the Batnum and Jokum combo for Arkham Asylum.
Nice.
Cool. Batman.
Okay. So hindering terrain. Talked about that. If you see a thick black line,
it's a wall.
It's a wall. That's right. You can't walk through it
unless you're Batman.
Yeah, unless you have a power that lets you move through
solids.
Yes.
And does that also account for this too? Like, if I could walk through solid walls, can I also walk past these things? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Brown squares, which I don't see any on this part of the map, are blocking terrain. So just like walls, they're just solid things. You can't move through them. You can't land on them. They're just in the way.
But you can land on this.
Yes.
Got it.
And then pink squares are starting areas. And again, we have the map folded over, so there's only one starting area technically, but it won't matter for today.
I see.
And then there are other. They've added a bunch of other terrains with dashed lines that do different things. It's
so
there's like glass. It's
that's fun.
Yeah, it's stuff that you can see through, but
so you can shoot them. But it's fascinating.
And then another. If you see red, there's none of that on here. That's different elevations, and there are little tabs, little arrows that tell you which is like elevation up 1 versus 2. Yeah, and then again, if you're just a walker, you have to find the stairs or the ladders to get up and down. You can only get up and down in certain places.
Fun.
Whereas if you can fly, obviously you can just go anyway. Okay. All right. Cool. So should we? Here, you can start over by the chair.
Great. He's at work.
And I will start over here. Why not? Okay. Here are dice. Did you want the
I don't care.
Batman dice rather? I have Batman and Captain America and the Avengers.
I want Batman then.
And they're all red.
Screw Captain America.
Okay, so you roll to see who goes first. And I got a
really
10.
Good roll.
So I will go first.
Yes. And it's determined right there that you'll win.
No. All right. So again, in HeroClix, you can either move or attack unless you have an ability that lets you do both. We're also too far away for me to make an attack because I have a range of 6, just like you. So I'm going to move. I can move 7 squares. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3.
What does gray mean in moving?
6. Where's gray?
In the color.
We're not doing powers yet. I mean,
but
do you want to do the... Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll do the whole thing. So.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
No, that's fine. Okay. We've got a lot of powers to talk about.
Oh, I didn't realize you were going to go down the list.
Well, no, I mean just the ones that we have.
Oh, great. That's what I was. Okay. That's where I'm at.
All right. So remember I said you can either move or attack, but not both.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Okay.
You mean on each turn?
Each turn, yes.
Got it now.
So when you give your...
You sure you said that?
Yeah. I think I just said it, but it's fine. Yes, so when it's your turn, you have a certain number of actions for your team. And it depends on how many points you have and how many figures. Doesn't matter for now. So you give your characters actions.
Okay.
You give them a move action or some kind of attack action.
If you can.
Right.
If my range is there.
Exactly. Or if you're adjacent. But not both unless you have an ability that lets you do that. So the Klingon lieutenant has dark green in movement. That's charge. That says I can move half my speed and then make a close attack. If
were to serve you.
Exactly.
Which you may weigh that.
Yeah.
Got it.
And you round up when it's... So like he has a 7 movement, so I can move 4 squares and try to punch.
Can I round up to 10?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so that's charge.
Got it.
Now, the red in attack, that's a power called Blades, Claws, Fangs. And what that means is when I make a close attack, instead of doing my damage, printed damage, I get to roll a d6 and do that much damage.
Extra?
Which is, no, instead, you replace. So, like, this guy only has a 1 damage. So he's
I'm sorry.
built.
So...
We can start over.
No. I'm with you.
Okay.
What does the 10 stand for then?
That's your attack.
I attack. You attack against me.
Yeah.
And so if you do hit,
yes,
then got it.
Damage. Yes.
But that's also the amount of clicks you do.
That's the damage down here.
Then where's the damage?
It's next to the starburst.
Then that's where I'm confused.
Okay.
The starburst is where we click. How many you click if you take damage?
That's the damage that you're dealing somebody else.
Then where's the damage and how many times I click if I hit?
It depends on how many you take. So if I hit you for 3,
oh, that's what I misunderstood.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so that's the damage you're dealing.
So prior, when that roll was well over your 18, if it was 3 over 18, I click 3 times?
No. That tells you how much damage you take. So right now, if I shoot you,
okay, great.
I'm only dealing 1 damage.
Got it.
So you would click once.
Because that's how much you gave me.
Yes.
Not how many times I...
Right.
And if I'm weaker, I may deal less damage.
Yes.
Why can I deal... Okay, I got it. So like 2, I can still deal with 2.
Yeah.
Got it. Understood. I think I got it.
Okay, cool. So again, Blade Claws Fangs, which is a sort of a catch-all that you have some sort of melee ability, says that instead of your printed damage, you get to roll a die and do that much damage, which could potentially be huge. You could do 6 damage, and I could take out Kirk in 1 hit.
I hate it.
And then the light green on defense is combat reflexes, and that says that when we are in melee combat, my defense counts as 2 higher. So obviously this guy wants to get in melee as quickly as possible and tear things up.
In melee, that's why it's green, because it doesn't always apply.
Right.
Got it.
Okay, so that is...
Because otherwise I was like, why isn't he just always 18 then?
Right.
I got it.
Okay, now Captain Kirk, on the other hand, the gray in movement, that's running shot. So that's the ranged version of charge. So he can move half of his movement and then shoot.
And the distance he can shoot is 6.
Yeah. In 1 action. So he can move and shoot.
Whereas
the Klingon can move and stab.
So like essentially 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're here, I could hit you.
That's what we in HeroClix we call his swing. The distance that you can move and attack.
Oh! Nice.
Potentially.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Now, okay. So for the other abilities, we need to talk about the one other thing that's important to this game that we haven't talked about yet, and that is action tokens and pushing. So let's dive into it. Are you ready?
My brain is gonna explode.
So it's turn 1, right? It's my turn. I can't get to you. I don't have enough movement to charge you. I don't have the range to shoot you. So I have to just move. So I'm going to move here and hang out in the couch.
Great.
Now, because I've given this guy an action, I give him an action token.
Uh-oh.
An action token can be anything that is on the board to represent that you've given the character an action token. So HeroClix makes official poker chip style tokens.
Cool.
You can put, I often use little tiny dice that I put next to the figure.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. It's just something that should show
Literally
everybody.
a token.
Literally a token, yes. Okay. So I give him a token. Boom. Now.
Oh, cool. I see.
Yeah. Now, say you move, whatever, it comes back to me. It's my turn.
Okay.
Now, on my turn, I have a decision to make. I can give him another action.
Token.
Right. Well, another action that will then give him a token. But here's the thing. When you get a second, because you do the action first and then you give him a token.
Question.
Yes.
You've moved him.
Yes.
You can't hit me.
Right.
You're hanging out here.
Yes.
You automatically give somebody a token just for doing something, or have you decided to do it?
No, just any. There are free actions in the game, but any sizable action.
Thing, and every time you move, it's an action, and you get a token.
Yes.
Literally. So
each figure can only be given one action per turn.
I got it.
Yeah.
But it happens automatically.
Yes.
If I run into I've got an action at the end of that action token.
Exactly.
Okay, so now.
Okay, so
next turn.
Yeah. Now say you move on your turn, whatever, and then it comes back to me. Now I have a choice. I can rest, so not do any costed action. Again, free actions are separate. But say not give him any action and then clear the token. Or I can give him another action. He can do something else, like say now you're in range, now I want to shoot you. So I would shoot, I would resolve that action, I would give him a second token, but when I give him the second token, I have to click him 1.
Why do we want tokens?
Because that's how the game becomes tactical, and how you have to think about what you want to do and when you want to do it. You can only have a maximum of 2 tokens.
Okay.
So if I push, and that's called a push, to do something. So essentially, all of these figures
You're
are
not spending a token, essentially. Like you could have spent a token?
No.
Okay.
No, the tokens are just they're not things you can spend. They're just to denote actions having been taken.
Because you might forget that your character has moved.
Yes.
Essentially.
And you clear tokens at the end of the turn. So so you don't do them and then forget. Oh wait, did he move last time?
Got it.
Okay. So the idea is that all of these are heroes. These are space soldiers, whatever. They're really good at like running forward and attacking. But then if they were to be told to attack again in quick succession, that's hard, and they would get tired and they would push themselves. So again, that's called pushing.
Ah.
And to do that second action, you would take pushing damage, which is 1 click.
Why would you have someone do that?
Good question. If it's a clutch maneuver that you could potentially take someone out in 1 hit, who would otherwise then might kill you the next turn, or you really have to get in position, or you're a weaker figure that's setting something up for a bigger figure to come in and do something. There are lots of reasons why you would want to push.
And you can make that decision after the first action.
Right, when it comes back to your turn, and then it would be your second.
So it would essentially look like I already have a token. Pew. Hit. Put a token there. Because I have to regardless.
Right.
And then I'm going to push.
Yeah.
But by pushing now, I do
yes.
turn 1, and do I remove a token?
No.
Okay.
So removing is basically the whole turn for that figure. So then on the next turn,
because he's resting.
Right, then you have to rest. You cleared the tokens. So again, you can only have a maximum of 2 tokens at any time.
So you have to clear at a certain point.
Yes, exactly. You got it.
So I pushed. I had the 2, and can you only push with 2 tokens?
You will push to get the second token. That's the push action, to get the second token.
But hold on.
Yeah.
So again, I shot you prior.
Yes.
Or I moved.
Sure.
And I took a token.
Yes.
You got to here. You took a token.
Yes.
You didn't do anything else.
Right.
If I move, I get another token.
That's the push. That's the action that made you push.
So no matter what, your second movement, unless you choose to rest and get rid of a token,
yes,
is technically too hard for your person to do it under normal duress.
Exactly. 100% yes. Now I'll tell you all the things that can affect that.
Oh, no.
So Captain Kirk has purple in defense.
Okay.
That is willpower. Willpower says you do not take pushing damage. So he can do 2 things in a row, get that second token, not take damage for it.
So he doesn't click once, essentially.
Right. But on the 3rd turn, he will have to clear because you can't have more than 2 tokens.
Irregardlessly.
Right. Yes. But he doesn't take the damage for that.
Love.
So that's a really cool ability. Now, if you saw the figure that has a little stripe across the shield,
you said
Indomitable.
That. Indomitable.
That means he has willpower all the time.
So why does he only have will?
Because he'll eventually he will have something else instead. Yeah. So yeah, so figures with willpower, very good to have because they do not take pushing damage.
So I knew it was complicated.
Yeah.
But it's not illogical.
Exactly. That's a really good way of putting it. Yes.
But it's layered.
Yes.
In depth.
And again, what I tell people is if you're interested in getting into HeroClix, get a couple figures of characters that you like, whether it's Batman, Superman, Lord of the Rings, whatever. Just learn those figures because you're going to see the same. Right, exactly. You're going to see the same kinds of powers. Superman is always going to have charge or hypersonic speed or running shot. He's going to have super strength. He's going to have psychic blast for when he uses hate. Exactly. So they're going to have.
And if you know that character, you're probably more keen to play it.
Yes.
Because this is funny to me that
sure.
That it's willpower. That he's like, I'll get it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's Kobayashi Maru.
That's on at least one of the cards.
Has to be, right?
Not that one, I guess.
Not chess.
But again, there are 4 different versions of Captain Kirk. Okay, now his damage power, the power that shows up on his damage number, is gray, and that's leadership. Now, leadership is not going to help you if we do a little one-on-one, but leadership says if you have an ally, at the beginning of your turn, you can roll a die. If you get a 5 or 6, you can remove an action token from somebody that's next to you.
Just by standing next to him?
Because you're inspiring, you're leading.
I mean,
leadership is good. It also gives you an extra action for your team.
How close do you have to be to the person in order to inspire them to get rid of the token?
You have to be next to the person. Unless you have yes. You have to be adjacent.
Understood. And that's also laid out in the cards.
It's laid out in
that thing.
In here, yes. Yeah, so you can always look up in leadership for blah, 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 blah. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6, 5 or 6, remove an action token from an adjacent friendly character that's fewer points or shares a keyword. Cool? Okay. And then again, team abilities do something even more. All right, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
So I won the die roll, so I'm going to go. Like I said, I cannot attack you this first turn no matter what.
Wait, at all? No one can attack on the first turn?
Oh, no. I'm saying yes. So yes and yes. So number 1, I can't reach you with any of my attacks. But there is also a rule in this game called first turn immunity. And that says in the first turn of the game, until you have been given an action, essentially,
moving,
you can't be targeted by an attack.
Got it. So if you had moved, I can attack you.
Yes.
So
what that helps the second player, not the first player, really.
Wait,
there's certain crazy cases.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Okay. So I have 7 movements. So I'm going to move and jump onto the couch, and I'm going to give myself an action token. And I don't have any free actions I can make, so I will hand it over to you.
Okay. I'm going to run and shoot.
Cool. So you can move up to half your movement.
Right.
So you can move up to 4 squares and then make the shot.
3, 4. Okay. And so -1 because you're in.
Right. I have +1 to my defense. So yes, and then again you have to just measure range. So you 6 range, plenty. So you'll be an 11 attack against my 17 defense because I am hiding behind the couch. So
and I want to roll 6 or better.
Yeah. and you roll a critical hit. Okay. So first off, obviously that hits. So you will deal the damage.
They don't know.
That is.
They do by critical.
So it'll deal the damage that's on your damage slot,
which is 2.
But a critical hit means you add 1, so it's going to be a 3 damage hit. Now my defense power doesn't do anything to damage that I take, so I'm going to take 1, 2, and I'm dead.
Hold on.
Oh wait, I wasn't on click 1. I had already pushed him, so I'm not dead. I forgot to unclick him after I gave
that was fantastic, though.
1, 2, 3. I am on my last click though.
Wow.
Okay. Cool. And then you'll give Kirk an action token because he has acted, he has shot. And again, the description of that one is, this is Captain James Kirk of the United Spaceship Enterprise. United Spaceship.
This is Captain James Kirk. Yeah.
And then if there's a star on the figure, that means the figure has a trait. So you just have to look at the card and see what it is. That one is really long and complicated. So if you want to read that one out.
The Corbomite maneuver. If Captain Kirk is the only character on your force and would be KO'd, you may roll a d6. A 5 minus a 6. I don't know what that means.
2. If you roll a d6, if you get a 5 or a 6.
I see. Deal each opposing character 2 penetrating damage. If this KOs all the opposing characters, turn Captain Kirk to click 5 instead of KOing him. Protected Pulse Wave.
Yes.
So essentially, he's got like a last-ditch effort.
Yes, exactly.
But only if he's the last one. So you may want to put everyone ahead of him.
And, sacrifice everybody else if he can do that.
Go for it, Spock. You might be the science officer, but yeah.
Yeah, and you'll see, one thing I forgot to mention is that when you get to the end of your dial, it goes to, it's all KO. You knock out figures in this game. You do not kill them.
Babies. Also, that was 1 click for the babies.
Oh, yes. Triples have 1 click.
But they're hard to hit.
But they're annoying, and they multiply and do all sorts of stuff.
Fun.
Yeah. Cool. So you shot me. I took 3 clicks of damage. Whenever you roll doubles, so the same number, if it hits. So like if you rolled...
If I rolled 4, it wouldn't, and 2 2s, and it was a 4, and it didn't hit.
Then it doesn't matter. But if you roll doubles and it does hit, that additionally causes knockback. And then what knockback is that figure basically that it hits so hard that it pushes them back.
But this is still an obstacle. So it
not for when you
in the next time I play.
Yeah. But for knockback, it wouldn't be an obstacle. Like, it would push me back.
Got it.
And then if you hit a wall or something, it could potentially do more damage.
Oh. We can't smell it.
Oh, I smell it now. Now that you mention it.
Oh.
There's smoke. Hopefully the smoke alarm doesn't go off. That'd be fun. Oh, it's smoky now. Yeah. It's smoky. Fire alarm might go, or smoke alarm might go off. Okay, so now it goes back to me.
Killed outright, Bob Vega said for KO.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just dead. It's good. It's definitely smoking.
It's okay.
Okay, so now it's back to me. I have an action token. If I give him another action, get a second token, I can see that will kill him. So I don't want to do that.
Wait, giving him a token. I see. So you want to rest.
Whatever I do is right. I'm gonna rest, but I do have. So my powers have changed, and up here now I have a pink power on my movement.
Oh.
And that
which is run away, you coward.
Well, it's called sidestep. So it's basically a free little scoot. But
you just got knocked back.
It's not going to help me at this point, so I'm not going to do it anyway. I mean, I could run away. Games are usually timed, so there is some degree of running away sometimes if you don't want your opponent to get more points.
Oh.
It's crappy. I try never to do that, but it is a strategy if you're in a tournament.
And it's definitely it might track for your character.
Yes, that's true. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stay where I am. The Klingon lieutenant is going to stay on the couch. I'm going to clear, and I'm going to say back over to you.
But I knocked you back.
Yeah, but for this example,
I want to see what happens.
Okay, so he gets knocked back. No, because he has toughness.
I see.
Now, so toughness says that when I take damage, I ignore 1 point.
Oh, okay. Great. So then, great, fine. I'll shoot you again.
Okay. And you can without... So you'll take a second token, but it won't do pushing damage because you have willpower.
Which would have been click.
So you are 11. Now my defense has gone up. I'm tougher now that I'm on my last legs. Klingons, yeah, that makes sense. They get tougher right before they...
I'm just processing.
So 11 against my 18. So you need a 7 or better to hit me. Haha. And I'm dead. Now you do 2 damage. I reduce it by 1 because of my toughness, but I still take 1 click, and I am KO'd. So you would score 45 points for this Klingon lieutenant.
Nice!
And again, depending on what point level it would be, you know.
I'm really good at this.
So,
remember when I kicked your butt in Warhammer the first time I played?
You certainly did, yeah.
I think you let me win.
I don't think I let you win.
It was definitely a teaching game.
Yeah.
But I kicked your butt with your people.
That's true, yeah. I can't really
We're fine. We're not going to die.
No.
Rabbit
no,
said
it's already
mildly,
smoky.
I can't even smell it anymore. This is mildly concerning, is what he said. Which is fair.
Sure.
I didn't have a smoke alarm for 4 days.
Oh.
Because all of ours died at the same time. I told you that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we had to order like 7 more for the apartment building.
Fun.
It was great. But, you know, and actually I took the opportunity to burn something in my cast iron pan.
Yeah, that's... what do you want to play next?
The nerdy deck says, I think Scott's dice rolling lets Jess win. It's possible. I mean, isn't that all these games?
Well, that...
Isn't that the game in general?
And again, and I've talked about this lots of times. I know HeroClix. I've been playing forever. I know Warhammer pretty well. I could build a nasty team. I could get the right map. My dice rolling on D6 games is so terrible that I hardly ever win, and I'm totally fine with that.
It can't be. It's not statistically possible.
I used to play here at Emerald Knights, just down the street. I used to play HeroClix every week. I ran the tournaments. I'm so bad at rolling dice that it became known that if you rolled multiple critical misses in a row, that was doing a Scott Rubin maneuver.
No. That is awful.
So I enjoy losing. I enjoy playing these characters because no matter, like I said, you can build the best team, have all of the luck on, or not the luck, but all of the strategy on your side, and these will make you lose.
I characteristically rolled poorly always as Hannah in Rat Queens.
Yeah, I saw
know
that.
you know. I know you know.
But it was great.
It hasn't carried over to most of my other antics. People expect it, but it's what proves pretty consistently only in Rat Queens.
Interesting.
Yeah. As of late, I've been doing just fine.
Okay. Cool. Good. Who do you want to play now? You want to play dwarves, elves, hobbits,
wargs,
goblins?
Yeah.
Okay, how many points? Add up those points.
I was more excited that I remember that they're wargs. 78 plus 65.
78 plus 65. So that would be...
13.
I wasn't actually listening.
78 plus 65.
Math is
13. 43? 43? 143?
143. Okay.
Yep.
I'll play... Actually, if I just find dwarves that are about the same points, then we don't even have to worry about math. I should have just done that. I see a 61-point Dwalin and a 79-point Thorin Oakenshield. That should be...
Thorin Oakenshield!
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
See, look, and he's got a little tiny oak shield. Aww. As my little
just as Tolkien would be happy.
Cool. Alright, we're going to stay the same map because we don't want to move all this stuff. And I'm lazy. You can start over there.
So they come painted.
Yes. Although they just recently started doing unpainted HeroClix. Just Marvel so far. You
painted some, right?
I did. Yeah, they're up there. I painted some. Some people in the chat painted some. If John is still in the chat, John painted some for me to show off, and some of my friends painted other ones. Next time I get any, a couple. If you want to paint one next time.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, we should do a painting day. Hundo P.
We should. Okay.
I bet I'm awake, right?
Right now?
Yes.
Yes.
I've not seen 8 o'clock in the morning. for a
It's
year,
early.
probably.
Yeah, I do early streams.
I know. I'm just like, also I was like, why is the sun here? It was in the weirdest place, and it's just because it's in the morning.
Yeah, and again, it's always so funny when I'm done with my stream. It usually right around 11, and I go to see, oh, who should we raid? Oh, nobody's on. Nobody's online. Or like Claire and
I literally got to see her for the first time ever today.
Okay, so set up your people, your wargs. They are a little bit odd because they have the weird bases. Basically, just count. When you start counting movement, just make sure you count it from
the top,
the same part of. Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Or it could technically be the back.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't. Basically, you can't count from the front and then swing around.
And then shoot from the back, from the poop on them.
Yeah, no range for the wargs, no range for these dwarves. So we're just gonna. Can I dynamically
set up on a?
You could, but without a movement ability, you'd be hindered from movement.
Understood. So and also, it would have to be in the pink start.
Yes.
Which we don't have right now.
Yeah, so don't.
Got it.
So we'll just. That's fine. Roll to see who goes first. Okay, you go first. That was a 12 on Jessica's side and a 3 on my side.
That man is with me.
That's how we go. That's how we roll.
Okay.
We'll just say 2 action game, so you could potentially do both of your people. Yes, we have new things to talk about.
So they are runners.
Oh, I should get the cards. Sorry.
Oh, thanks. So they are runners, and they're red, and so I get to make 2 close attacks. Which would mean on it. We would have to be right by each other.
You got it.
Can't be one thing between.
Correct.
So, but I could just move 8 instead. But that's not true for the other warg. So this is the great warg that can do that. And then this one's a charger. Can't be knocked back. Half speed, move then close at no cost.
Okay, there are your cards. I'm going to find my cards. These are from different sets. Shoot.
But then what are...
Yes, question?
Hold on.
Questions?
Oh, it's just the names of the thing. Oh, so it does have the thing here.
But it doesn't tell you what the power does. It just says what the name is.
Got it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is this the Smog set? Smaug.
And you don't know anybody that knows all of this that doesn't have this with them while they're playing.
Oh, I know lots of people do. Yeah, people memorize the. Now, where is it? So in modern HeroClix, last couple of years. So again, HeroClix card tells you generally what abilities and powers they have, but you need the pack, as they call it, and then on the back. It actually shows you the dial on the back of cards. Now that is a new invention.
Smart.
Old cards didn't have it.
No.
Now.
Smart though.
And they just a couple months ago added a rule that your opponent. Now you can always ask, oh, what is that ability that your guy has? Because you have to be able to know what's going on in the game.
Yeah, sure.
But they just added a note that you can ask your opponent and look at this. Which is actually a huge thing because it shows you how many clicks they have,
and how much you can chess it essentially.
Yes, because there are ways in the game of changing how much damage you do, and you can look at their information and figure it out.
That's cheating.
Is it cheating, or does it help new players get in much faster? Sure. Which I always look for. It depends.
Right. That's one way to.
So in the old days, before they had this. The top players would literally go in and memorize every meta capable figure in the game. So they wouldn't even need. So that's why also this doesn't bother me. The fact that you can ask for this.
It kind of equalizes things.
Right, because in the tournament players, they would memorize it anyway. They would know this even without being able to see it. So who cares?
Gotcha. Because that is one way. It's like It's like card counting.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Not illegal, but frowned upon.
Sure. Yes. Okay. So, and then certain characters. So if you fly, you can carry somebody, which is really helpful because you can move somebody up, and then they can't do. There's no action after being carried.
But they can get to something closer.
And without a token.
And they don't get a token.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what I was going to say.
And then if you see a figure, so see these guys, they do have a foot, but there's a circle behind the foot. It's a little hard to see.
Oh, yeah. I wondered if that was just a different design.
No, that means it's a transporter. So they can carry even though they don't fly. So wargs can carry a goblin on
Which
their
is
back.
why on the wing of the eagle, it was also had a circle behind it.
It doesn't need that. That just gives... Transporter also gives you access to another ability. So you can fly without the transporter symbol.
But this one did, is what I'm saying. Because I remembered.
Right. Yes. And then, yeah, so that trait won't matter, and that trait won't matter. So don't worry about the traits.
Even with him?
Guys. Even with that.
Orc, because it has to be an orc.
Yeah, so don't worry about that.
Fine.
Oh, and then a lot of cards, a lot of abilities, special abilities will refer to keywords. So I don't know if this will focus, but at the very top it has the name, and then it has a list of keywords, and those are how you build teams based on your keywords.
Oh, like you may want someone named this.
Yeah, so these are things that, so again, like the warg has animal, Dol Guldur, and monster. So in general, you want to build a team that shares at least, that everybody has one keyword that's shared between them.
Why?
Because if you have if everybody has the same keyword on your team, then you have what's called a theme team, and that gives you access to a, depending on what kind of theme it is, it gives you a plus. The first player gets to pick what map you play on.
Oh.
And there's a bonus to that roll if you're a theme team.
But so like,
and certain maps are much better for certain teams than others.
But like Kurt is an animal. Can I put him on my team?
So Kirk has the soldier and Starfleet keywords. Now there are some figures that give keywords to other figures.
That's cool.
So basically, like, come and join my team.
You're an animal now.
And so, right. So Thorin Oakenshield has dwarf, ruler, Thorin and company, and warrior. So again, like for leadership, you need to share a keyword
in order for me to lead.
Or it's lower points. So like there are reasons why you want to play. And if you have a theme team that's based on a non-generic keyword, so like animal is a generic keyword, Starfleet is a non-generic. So if you have a theme team that's non-generic, you get probability control uses. Probability control is a power we haven't talked about yet because we haven't seen it. Probability control lets you re-roll a roll. And a theme team gives you additional uses of probability control.
Dang it.
So that's highly useful to have.
Which Superman property is that
Oh, that's a good question. Does anybody know? I bet they don't. I bet nobody knows.
You told me before.
I have.
Because it's not Superman.
I've told this story on several streams before. Probably nobody knows. Or maybe would be not willing to talk about it. Guess. We'll talk about it in just a minute. Okay, you're going first.
Hi, cutie
There's
patootie.
a small child running around with no pants on. Okay, go. Oh, powers. So yes, charge. So move half your distance and make an attack.
Which doesn't make sense.
Which you can't do now. Blades, claws, fangs. So roll for your damage instead of using your printed damage.
Because it's red.
Because it's red.
And it would say that here.
Yes.
Because I forgot.
Yeah, blades, claws,
But now
fangs.
I know. Okay, great.
Cool.
And then defense is orange.
It is orange.
Reduce damage taken by 1.
Toughness, yes. And then the Great Warg has the same toughness, same blades, claws, fangs, but then in speed it has flurry. So if you're already next to somebody, you can do 2 attacks.
Which is
instead of just
exciting.
1, which is great. And flurry with blades, so you're doing 2 attacks, and you're rolling the damage each time, so you could potentially do 12 damage in one.
And that's 12 clicks?
That would be 12 clicks. That would kill somebody. Anything.
Nice.
Unless it's and then leadership. So
is it from Krypton? Someone said. Oh,
no.
Okay,
good
great.
guess, but no.
With the guy who does the thing. Oh yeah, everyone's making generic jokes.
Okay.
From that one show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get to go. You rolled
move.
already. Yeah. We're just gonna be moving at this point. Now remember, just something to keep in mind. The Great Warg has leadership, can inspire lesser wargs. So wherever they end up, you want them next to each other. So the Great Warg could potentially take a token off of his packmate the next turn. Now again, what So what we long-term HeroClix players, if we have leadership, on the first turn, even though leadership will not help you, you roll it anyway. Just to keep in mind, every turn I have leadership, I want to roll. Just one. It doesn't matter. Neither one succeeded, so it's fine.
Oh, so I have to roll to take the token away.
Yes.
And it has to be a 6?
5 or 6.
Got it. Yep. Remember now. Oh, I see. So you're basically perpetrating the action so that it's rote and you don't forget to do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Understood.
Because there's nothing worse than you get to the end of your turn, you clear, which means your turn is over, and then you say, "Oh, I forgot to roll my leadership. I had set this all up for this person to attack next turn," and you messed it up. Interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how I did it. I did it somehow.
Okay. Remember that none of us have range, so hindering terrain is only going to hurt both of our teams for movement.
Okay.
but it is.
No, it's good. Good to know. I didn't know that. 0. So I would want to know.
We're all right. Yeah, and again, you can look at the other figures. You can ask to look at their cards. Again, new cards actually have all of the stuff on the back. But yeah, none of our figures right now have range, so we're just going to be getting up close and brawl in.
You looked at me like I was an idiot. Oh, I want to be next to each other.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna stay back.
That's fine. All right, so give them tokens.
Fuck.
What?
Well, I hate that you had to do it.
To give them tokens?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's part of the game.
I got it.
A lot of people
Hi,
roll.
Mooklch.
That's yeah. Grimdark Dawn person.
Welcome.
Yeah. Some people will like go out of their way only to play figures that are indomitable or have willpower, so you don't have to take pushing damage.
I see.
Oh, thank you for the follow. It didn't make a noise.
Your sound might not be on. It might be making.
I thought we heard the noise before.
Did we? Oh, we did hear the noise.
Thought so. Okay.
Hello, Ray, the King 27. You're here to spread good vibes. Good, because it's too early for you to troll us.
Or is it? All right. Both of my dwarves have charge, so I can move up to half my speed and attack. They are very slow. They have tiny little legs, so I cannot reach your wargs.
Which also may mean that I wouldn't move the full amount if I knew that too, right?
Possibly. But only the warg has charge. The great warg doesn't have charge, so he's just got to get up.
What I'm saying is, because I went first,
Mm-hmm.
if I move my full distance,
yes.
I need to keep in mind how far you can go if you charge.
Yes. But at some point, if you have melee characters and I have melee characters, they have to get in melee, so sometimes you might take a hit getting in there, but you got to get in there one way or the other.
Understood.
Okay.
Wonderstood.
All right. So Dwalin here has charge. So again, move half speed, then make an attack.
Dark green.
I have light green in attack is Quake, and that says that when I make a close attack, I can hit any and all who are adjacent, but I only do 2 damage.
But still better than nada.
Yes. And then the gray down here in defense, that's invulnerable. That means when I take damage, I reduce it by 2, not just 1.
So if I were to technically, oh my god, wait, my attack. So if I were to technically, what is it again?
So if you
17, and it's hold on, I need help. No, I don't need help. I don't want your help. So if I roll an 8,
yes,
you technically don't take damage.
Correct. But you have blades, which replaces your damage anyway. So you could roll a 6 for damage. Then, yes.
But so technically I hit, technically don't give damage, but then do blades, claws, fangs.
To replace your...
And if it's a 6, I hit you. Yes. And you still reduce the damage.
I still reduce it by 2, yes. Thorn Oak and Shield over here, he has charge, which we've seen before. Toughness, same thing your wargs have. Leadership, same thing Great Warg has, so he's easy. He has a special power called And Stay Down. Thorn Oak and Shield can use Blades, Claws, Fangs, and when he does, the minimum result of the d6 roll is his printed damage value. So there's no penalty for him using blades. Nice. So that's another thing. If your figure has a high damage on the dial, then you might not want to use Blades, Claws, Fangs because you could potentially roll lower than your printed damage.
How do you,
Okay, so say your figure has... So right now, both of your wargs have 2 damage.
2 hit.
No. If you hit, then you do the damage.
That's what I mean.
I guess. Okay. So
I could do 2 damage to you.
Right. Or you could roll blades and potentially roll 6.
Correct.
So you would definitely want to do that.
Right.
But say you had a character that was dealing 4 damage and you had the opportunity to use blades. Would you do that if you could roll a 1 instead of... You see what I'm saying? Like in some cases...
Why would their damage negate what my damage could do to them?
If you chose to do... Well, no. Okay, so remember, so your attack roll is one thing. Attack roll is just based on the numbers.
Yes.
Your attack value versus your opponent's defense value. Then if you hit, then you look and see how much damage you do.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have a low damage number, then you would definitely want to use blades.
And you're saying if my damage number was high,
right?
Why would I roll it?
Damage, yes. Now it used to be that Blades, Claws, Fangs just replaced your damage straight out, regardless. Now they did change it, so it says the new Blades rules are minimum result is the character's printed damage minus 1. So the worst you can ever do on a Blades roll is 1 less than your printed damage.
So even if I decide to roll, it's not going to be much worse.
Right. Again, it used to be a definite gamble because that rule didn't used to be there. It would just replace it. So if it
was 4 and I rolled a 3, it's going to take. Or if I rolled a 2, the lowest it could be is actually 3.
Now, yes,
I got it.
Yeah. But yeah, before it didn't have that. So like you'd see a figure with 4 printed damage and blades, and you'd be like, I would never roll that. Like, yeah, there's a chance I could get a 5 or 6, but I'm much more likely to get a 1, 2, or 3.
Fascinating how different. Yeah, it's fascinating. Cool. I'm in. I get it.
Cool.
Bat pig? Pig bat? Or is that just a bat?
It's a bat.
An actual bat. And
that's
an actual cat, and it's actually Robin, and it's actually a penguin.
Yeah.
I love them.
Those are DC, well, at the time they were DC Collectibles, now they're back to DC Direct. The Artist Alley series by Joe Ledbetter.
It's very cool.
He's an artist who makes a ton of vinyl toys, often with animal
very
characteristics. Cool. Okay, so you moved. You can't make an attack. I'm going to move. I can also not make an attack because I'm too far away from you and my short little stubby dwarf legs. 2, 6.
Which is just
in fact, I can't even get into...
Oh, no.
So do I... I'm going to wait behind the wall. So I have moved up my dwarves. I am hiding, preparing. We're not hiding. We're preparing behind the wall.
Why did you put this here?
It's it's on the table. This table has many purposes throughout the day.
But now I can charge.
You could.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right?
Sure.
Why are you saying could?
What do you need to do first?
Take 1 damage.
No. Well, that would have to after. But Great Warg has leadership. So the first thing you do is roll leadership. Just 1.
Just give me the answer.
I am giving you. And you did it. So that removes a token from... Okay. So now the Warg can charge without taking pushing damage.
We cannot share.
Share what?
A square.
No. Correct.
So then how do I get past him?
Good question. You
can't.
Well, you can't easily. It will be a bottleneck, which is also why I put the tougher dwarf in the way.
So would that mean I might want to go with him?
So if he charges, he'll take... Well, he doesn't have charge, so he won't be able to move an attack no matter what.
I see.
And if he moves, he'll take pushing damage. So you may just want to leave him behind and send in the regular warg to take a bite out of Dwalin.
I see. Or I could move 8 and get around, but and then I put myself in position to get hit by you.
Yes. Here's the thing that we haven't talked about because it didn't come up. When you move next to somebody, you have to stop. It's like Dungeons & Dragons, like attacks of opportunity. Like you can't move past somebody unless you have a special ability that lets you do that.
Got it.
And then if you start off a turn next to somebody and you want to move away, you have to roll to be able to get away.
Whoa.
A breakaway roll. And if you fail that roll, you're stuck. You can't do an action and you get a token.
Ooh. And that sidestep rule you had with the prayer Klingon, is that part of it in order to be able to get away?
So sidestep gives you an additional little scoot. So if you start off next to somebody, you could try to do sidestep first with the roll. That would only affect that sidestep. So basically it gives you 2 chances to get away. Yeah, so sidestep is great.
Which you're right.
Tons of figures have sidestep.
If you wanted to run, you could. But could hurt you to do it too. Scott's Wizard Burnham.
Strategery is definitely a part of this game. See if I float. I'm a witch. All right. So you're going to charge me with the ward? Do it.
Yeah, I'm going to, but just give me a second.
All right.
Riding down the mountain is what it's called.
Yes.
Can't be knocked back. Half speed, move close at no cost. And I got, it's great. 1, 2.
And technically you can attack me from there because we are adjacent. So you don't even have to go any further.
Are you trying to give yourself an advantage?
No, I'm not. Because again, technically you would have to stop there because we are adjacent at that point.
Oh, okay.
So
that's different than saying you could.
Well, okay. Yes. But you could have gone this way.
How many times? Oh, I see. How often do I remind you of your son, Benjamin?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
definitely sometimes. Okay, so you're making an attack. You're going to use Blade's Claw's Fangs. You have a 9 attack against my 17 defense.
Yikes. Which means bad things.
Well, it just means you need a...
Hold on, wait. 8. Or higher.
8 or higher.
So
2 dice.
Equal to or higher.
Equal to or higher.
No.
You rolled a 7.
And if we were playing on Hyper, I could get an extra roll.
Yes, that's true.
No. Can I tell you? It was the hardest thing to get used to after playing so much RPG at Hyper.
To be able to
play with my friends. Like, I rolled like a mixed success. I was like, I can't change it. It's awful.
There's nobody giving me rerolls.
Yeah.
Now again, if you have probability control, you would be able to reroll that.
I see. I do because I have a team.
Well, I mean.
Do I?
Technically, yes. The probability control you get from a theme team, you have to give a token to use it. So you could give it, but then one of your figures would push. Whoever you gave the token to would have to push.
Even though I have taken the token away?
Yes, because you're getting a token from charging. And you give a token.
I got it. I hear you now. I don't want to do it.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay. All right.
But good to know that it could have been an option.
Then are you going to push the Great Warg or are you going to clear him?
We're going to clear him.
Okay. Clear the Great Warg. Now it goes back to me, and you don't have any other free actions. So it goes back to me. Thorin is going to attempt to use still a ruler leadership. Oh, and I made it. It just bounced off my hand. So he clears the token from. Ooh, we both made our leadership rolls.
Ooh. So I know this is not it at all, but Thorin Oakenshield kind of looks like John Travolta's character in Pulp Fiction, just a little bit.
Yeah.
There's something about the hair.
I don't think that's gonna resolve to see that.
No, but I don't know. It's still the effect of it. It's not like they can't see it much better than I can.
That's true. Okay, so Dwalin is ready to go, and he is going to attack you. He is not going to use. Yeah, that won't matter. Quake won't matter in this case anyway. So he's just gonna punch you. 11 on your 16. I only need a 5 to hit.
Yikes.
Dwalin is super tough. If you remember the movies, he's like the toughest of the dwarves.
I don't.
He's a little taller. He's got the tattoos on his head.
Oh, I actually never saw The Hobbit.
Any of them? There were 3.
I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's actually weird.
Wow.
No!
Surprisingly good roll for me. That's an 11.
Shite.
So I hit, and I do 3 damage. Because my printed damage is 3. You have toughness, though, so you will reduce that by 1.
Okay.
And thus you will only take 2.
Hold on.
Sure. Okay.
But you don't knock me back.
Right, because you're already on the edge of the map, so I can't push you past the edge.
But also, I don't have knockback. My charge can't be knocked.
Right, and I didn't roll double, so it wouldn't matter.
Oh, double.
I'm gonna clear.
God, so many things.
There are a few things.
So now it's only how do I know that it's my toughness?
So your orange in defense is toughness.
Gosh. Hold on, I just want to be able to see it.
Absolutely.
Whew. Got it. What?
No, they're just more.
What also
more
floats
witch
in water?
So these are older ones.
Gone.
You have to. Yeah, you have to do it underneath like that.
Oh.
There's a ring, but you can just do it with your hand.
That's
Did
it
you
now?
do 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Powers have changed.
Okay, so wait, don't shh.
Okay.
Because I want
Sure.
to learn.
Yeah.
I have green for movement, so it's still charge. Attack is now black, which I can steal energy.
Ooh.
When this character hits and damages one or more opposing characters with a close attack, after resolutions, heal this character 1 click. And now the defense is willpower. When this character is dealt pushing damage, you may choose to reduce that damage taken to 0.
You don't take pushing damage, essentially.
Right?
There are some figures that you might want to get to a different click, and if they have willpower, then it becomes weird because you ignore pushing damage. But now they made it explicit; you can choose to use it or not.
Okay, I got it. I mean,
there are weird
there's
figures
too many strategies for me to understand right now.
It just depends on the figures, but yes, I mean these are pretty obvious. You just need to get up and bite stuff.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so I gave Dwalin an action token. I cleared Thorin. It is back to you.
Now that I have moved,
Mm-hmm.
I can move. Now that I stopped because I was next to you,
Yes.
I'm allowed to move away?
You can attempt to move away because you have to roll that breakaway roll.
Which is a good thing, though, because if I add a token, then it doesn't push damage me.
Because you have willpower. Yes, exactly.
So I may want to.
Now, what's the goal here? What's the plan?
To swing around to go to Thorn.
You want to bite Thorin instead of Dwalin, is what you're saying.
So that I can move him closer to it. I would like to move this boy.
Okay.
So I want to see if I can get to this guy first.
Okay. Totally makes perfect sense. So what you would do is you would declare that you want to break away charge.
Okay.
So as part of your charge...
Because if I break away, then I can charge.
Well, so...
I can't charge if I don't break away.
Correct. But you have to be explicit as to what you're trying to do. Because if you're just going to...
Break away to run away is different than...
Yeah. Okay, so you need to roll just 1d6.
And I get a 5 or 6?
And it's 50-50 chance. So 4, 5, or 6, you break away. 1, 2, or 3, you're stuck, and you get a token, and that guy's toast.
Oh, Cyber Spectre's here.
Woohoo! And you made it, so you can break away charge.
And I keep a token, though, because I made a move.
Yes. Now, you will have to stop here, though, because once you get adjacent, but that's fine.
I hate it.
So, we'll just put you there.
I hate it.
Okay. We could tilt it down so they could see a little bit. Will that?
Yeah, I don't care. They can look at my chest.
How much of their...
I'm loud.
Okay. I have a lot to put away after we're done.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's exciting, though. Look at all these things.
So we have dwarves here and wargs. Dwarf wargs. All right. So you're charged, so make your attack.
I can attack.
Yeah, because it was a charge action that you gave the warg.
Hold on.
Yes.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Okay, no. Round 2. I'm forgetting. I'm just forgetting.
That's okay.
Can you charge and attack at the same time, or it has to be one?
So remember
I'm forgetting.
Yeah. So when it's your turn and you give an action to a figure, you can either move or attack. Charge the power that lets you move and attack.
And because I still have charge that is green, I'm allowed to attack.
Yes. Yeah, you took damage, but you still had the same charge.
Got it. And so in this time, my attack is 9.
Yep.
Your shield is 17.
Yes.
I must hit at 8 or higher.
Yes.
And there's no potentially extra thing here.
Correct. You don't have blades anymore.
Oh, poor baby. But what does the black mean? Oh, so if I hit, then we'll know.
Then you'll heal, yeah.
Shit, that wasn't part of it.
So you need 8 or better. Yeah, no, if you drop 1, you reroll.
No!
Rerolls from the chat? No.
I mean, you could incentivize it. Fudge.
So you missed.
I know.
So you'll get a second token, but you will not take pushing damage. Because
but I do need to clear eventually.
Next time, yeah.
And I get to move him.
Yes.
1, a 2, a 3,
and
a 4.
Yeah, you'll have to stop.
Oh, here. Yeah.
Okay. And you'll give him a token for moving.
And I don't have charge.
Correct. The Great Warg sadly does not have charge.
Because he's a leader.
Yeah.
He's smarter than that.
Sorry.
Jeez.
the transporter symbol, it does give you an additional bonus. I forget because it's actually not in the rules anymore. They took it out of the game because it was sort of meaningless. But the transporter, in addition to being able to carry somebody on your back, you have access to a move and attack ability. So that warg actually can run up and make an attack. You're just at attack -2.
Worth it, right?
Sure,
Isn't it worth it?
Yeah. So you'll be
Unless
at 8
there's
attack against my 17. So you'll need an 11.
But it's better to do it, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Because there's nothing negative against
100%,
it.
yes.
Couldn't have been worse.
6 and a 1.
It was really misleading for a second.
All right, but we already give the token, so that's fine. All right, back to me.
Good.
Back to me. Oh, I'm asking if there's anything else you have to do.
Is there?
No. Well, there's some free actions that you just would use at the end of it. Bounce right off his head, and it missed anyway. So Dwalin does not clear. Okay. Thorin is going to attack your warg. I'm going to use my and stay down ability. By 10 against your 16, so I only need 6 to hit you. And I say that like it's an easy roll, but for me it's not necessarily. And
you
that time
flippin' liar.
That's the same thing I rolled last time.
I know, but you're a liar.
I will use my blades.
This is how you shark people. Like, oh, I'm actually
not usually
really good roller.
I play HeroClix against Benjamin, and he wins more often than I do. Wow. Ooh. And I rolled a 5 damage.
Is he dead?
Well, find it.
Hold on.
You have no defensive ability.
Nothing, right?
Oh, wow. That's cool.
What's 16?
His
nothing.
Defense? No. So that's going to be 5 damage.
Jeez. 1. 2. Oh. 3. Out.
Knocked out.
Killed off. Killed off.
But that's fine. Either way. Okay, so that is an action token for Thorin. I will not push Dwalin. I'm going to clear Dwalin, save him for next time, and it will be back to you.
And I'll kill him now.
Okay.
So I'm going to attack.
Okay.
And I do have Blaze Claw's Flames.
But you also have red on movement. Check that one out.
Oh, close attack! With Blaze Claw's Flames. That's what I mean. Two close attacks.
Yeah.
So I get to play Claw's Flames twice.
Twice, yes.
So I have to roll twice, though.
Yes. So, yeah. So you say, so you declare flurry.
I'm flurrying.
Flurrying. So first attack.
Hold on.
Yep.
Technically, it's a shield.
Yeah, I know.
I understand.
Yeah. And again, it's on here.
So I have to roll 7 or better.
Yes.
Twice.
Yes.
Flurry! I'm flurrying.
So first flurry attack. Need a 7 or better.
Woo!
7 or better. Now 1 die for Blaze
damage.
Result.
2, which is not any better.
Right. And now, unfortunately, he has invulnerability, so he doesn't take anything.
Because he
reduces,
2 or less.
Yeah, he reduces damage taken by 2.
Every single time you're given.
Every single time.
Oh, I hate it.
So second attack, same.
No!
You need a 7. Uh-oh.
No!
The wargs are not.
Ooh.
And that's a push, so you will have to take 1 damage for that.
No!
But that was a good attempt. And again, with blades, it could have been a super high damage, and you totally could have eaten him in 2 bites. So, okay, my turn.
Yeah.
I don't need to do leadership, so I won't. Dwalin is just gonna punch the warg. I have an 11 attack against your 16 defense, so I need a 5 to hit you.
I made a mistake.
I succeeded. 3 damage, but you have toughness, so you reduce it by 1.
So it's 2.
So you'll take 2.
I noticed. Okay. 1.
Thorin.
2.
And...
Okay. Ooh, I get my flurry back.
Yeah. Okay, so it's back to you.
Oh, and I get steal energy.
But you have 2 tokens, so you'll have to clear no matter what.
Shite. Good night.
Back to me. Thorin, leadership.
You're just so excited.
Right off the table. Clear the token.
Can you give me leadership?
Well, you had leadership.
But I know.
I guess I'm gonna punch you. Sometimes it is more. Sometimes it just gets bogged down like this. It's just like I punch, you punch, I punch, you punch. Sometimes there are more fun part. Sometimes there are more special abilities and things that you can use.
This is fun. I don't hate it.
I'm punching you. So I have 11 attack. Your defense is 15, but you have combat reflexes.
Can't be knocked back. Modified defense +2 against close attack, which technically this is.
So instead of 15, it becomes a 17. So I need a whole 6 to hit you. Which I got 6. So that's 3 damage, which I think might be enough. Take 3 more. Well, maybe not. I do not have the warg dials memorized. If you need help, I can.
That's not that blue is technically 2, so 1 more.
1 more. Okay. Oh, still in it.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! So now, plasticity, break away +2, which doesn't really benefit me here. Adjacent opposing characters break away. Yeah, it doesn't.
So basically, plasticity is really good for melee fighters because it makes it harder for other people to get away. But it makes it easier for you to get away if you needed to.
Okay.
So now Thorin is going to charge you because there's just enough space to get in there.
Okay.
Charge with blades. And he can barely make it because he is so slow, even though he's only going 2 squares is almost as far as he can go.
Oh, how funny.
10. Oh, and your I don't know if it's going to matter, but your attack went up.
Yep,
so that's cool.
Saw that.
10 on your 16. I need a 6. That's cocked.
12?
Well, 12. No, that's just for attack. Subscriptions. Cyber Spectre, thank you so much.
Hi, Cyber Spectre. Look, it's me, Scott. Number 2. Smooth.
I have to roll for my damage because I'm using blades.
Oh, good for you.
Dwarven.
Good.
Well, he doesn't have what's the sword?
Sting?
No, it's the one that Thorin uses, and then Legolas has it in the movie for a minute. Oh shoot, what's the name of it? I can't remember.
Oh, jeez.
5 damage.
Bye.
Now, interesting to note, the critical hit I rolled adds 1 to damage, but then... Well, it doesn't.
Tell me.
No.
No, what's the point?
It doesn't.
Tell me.
Well, in some cases, if you replace your damage, then that wouldn't trigger, but it here doesn't matter.
Dead. After what?
Dead doggos. So that is...
Rob Vegas is right. The poo knife.
It has a name. It's...
What's the Dune meme? It's has blade. Name Sting. Sting has blade or something like that? For Frodo.
Yes. Versus... Yeah. Hi. Yes, thank you so much for subscription. Yeah, because... Did somebody write it? What is this name of his stupid sword? It's the elven sword that he gets, because Glamdring is the one that Gandalf has. It's gonna drive me crazy.
We'll figure it out. It'll be okay.
Orcrist.
Orcrist.
Orc cleaver, something. I don't know. So that is HeroClix.
I'm so upset.
You're so upset that you never knew this game existed and have gone this long without playing. That's what you're upset about.
That you put words in my mouth.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What are you upset about?
You know why I'm upset.
Because you lost?
Yes.
It was just a practice game.
That doesn't mean anything.
We didn't even play on a full-size map.
Very upsetting.
So that's...
Very upsetting. I chose the wrong boyos. But had I rolled better...
It's just... Yeah. Yes. Rolling is all... It's all about the rolls. So my shirt...
Ooh, yes.
It is...
We unlocked that level.
We unlocked it, yes. It is not from an official DC Comics or Warner Brothers related property. It is from an adult movie parody of Superman. Given to me by my mother-in-law, who, yes, knew where it was from and knew what it was. But also the cool thing about it is that the director of that parody and one of the most prolific adult movie parody directors is Jewish, and so it actually is it very closely resembles a Hebrew letter Aleph. Oh. So it's kind of
double meaning.
Yeah, a little extra thing in there.
That's cool.
Yes, it is a triple X.
You have children.
I do. You gotta make children. It's a thing, right?
What?
Thank you so much for coming and learning
That's
how
it?
to play HeroClix. Yeah.
No, it's
yeah,
time. It's time.
I got family stuff to do.
Yeah. What are we doing today at 5?
We, at 5 o'clock on your channel, not on my channel.
No.
We are reading Dune. We're gonna finish it, no matter how long it takes.
Hopefully before 8, because I told someone I was going to talk to them.
Oh, really? Okay, from 5 to 8, we'll be finishing.
I mean, it's fine. It's Mary. If I don't, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I just said like I could potentially.
I think we can do it.
I might have oversold us because the thing is, if you remember, I'm filming on the 25th, which is Monday, so we can't even meet Monday. You said it's a month away, so don't worry about it. So
right? I mean, who knows dates and times?
It doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't.
But I'm filming Fiasco Nuts with Easy Allies in the middle of the day, so I figured if we finish this, which by the way, I don't have a time. It was like, oh, if you're free, you're free. There's no time limit. No, there's no time limit. We're doing it. It's happening.
All right.
Because, I don't have a voiceover job anymore. I can use my voice now.
Okay.
It's going to be exciting.
It will be exciting.
We're finishing it. We may or may not leave the appendices for later. Like, maybe we can do it next Friday, depending on how we're feeling.
Yeah, and how quickly we get through.
Yes, appendices.
I would like to. Yeah.
I've never done it before, so I definitely want to.
I mean, we don't have to, read the glossary.
No, but my thought process is, if it's super late and we're tired, it'd be cool to hold it to Friday next week.
Yes.
And then start fresh with Dune Messiah.
Pro appendix.
Yeah, I'm pro appendix. I still have mine.
I was going to say, my wife is anti-appendix, so she does not have one.
That's why we don't get along.
the film The Mummy gave my wife appendicitis.
No.
I've mentioned this on stream before.
She did burst while she was there.
Well, she got appendicitis while watching the movie The Mummy.
Awful.
Which is just, it's not that great a movie anyway.
Oh, it's one scary movie I can watch.
That movie is not scary.
I know.
We gotta watch some horror movies.
No.
We'll get appropriate ones.
What if that's my Homebuddies tomorrow?
That'd be cool.
So I was thinking about doing like a Regency era thing.
A what?
A Regency era, like Jane Austen. Like Tea Party, but now I think we should do a horror film because I don't want to do it.
Okay.
Because that's awful. So I'll have people vote for a horror film that's on Netflix.
Yeah, there are lots.
I know.
And some really good ones. I can't remember any offhand, but I'm sure we can find some good ones.
I hate it.
We'll look at the list later. We'll find one that's the right kind of. Okay, hold on, let me. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Again, if you go to HC Realms, you can find out lots more about HeroClix. Go to blah 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 blah. I don't know. It's WizKids is the company that makes HeroClix. You can go to their website also. I don't know. What else are we talking about? Pre-order my book.
Oh well, no, well yeah, but also
do that.
Are there old VODs of your Indomitable?
Yes, yeah. Indomitable is all out there. Our Hyper RPG HeroClix show. We also did HeroClix way back when on Geek and Sundry. Those you can't go and watch unless you're a subscriber, which is really.
It's not on YouTube.
Freaking annoying. No, it's not. Geek and Sundry, who knows? But yes, wash your hands. Be excellent to one another. Yeah, there's nobody on anyway.
It's been good though. Go to my channel and just look at me.
Sure, do that. So I'm just gonna end the stream.
Bye.
I give you ultimate freedom. Do whatever you want today.
You're a free agent.
You can do anything.
You can anytime.
Do whatever you want anytime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Free will.
Ooh, Phantasm on Amazon Prime.
What is that?
Horror movie.
Nope.
We'll talk about it. Okay, we'll see everybody at 5 o'clock. Be there for conclusion of Dune. What's gonna happen?
Dune.
Check out that awesome meme that I made.
Oh yeah,
let's end with that.
You could.
Look at this. I figured how to do this quickly.
You're so good.
Boom. Look at boom.
Bam.
Bring in Fade and Rubin.
Bam.
Bye.
Oh, you need like a thank you card so that you can transition to that.
What?
You're awesome starting soon. Then you can, if you don't have anyone after you.
Oh, I believe Darrow made one of those for me. I just don't have it installed yet.
Well, soon.
Thank you, Darrow. Okay, bye everybody.
Fade and Rubin.
Bye.